Look, so I'm not even sure I should be making this video or what would happen. But the truth is, the thing that I think that I'm most exhausted from is just the fakeness. The fakeness in social media / business content world is so bad. Like, the whole thing is a lie, right? Like, everyone that you follow that is massive, they're only massive because they'll make some content and then essentially repost it on 50 different accounts. So then it seems like that's the popular opinion. And then that turns into the thing. Every big streamer's doing it. Every big YouTuber's doing it. Social media influencer doing it, because the more reach you get, the better, right? So like, people essentially will be getting 150 million views a month. They'll become one of the biggest faces in the world for doing so. And then naturally you'll have some coaching program that you're selling people to. I hate that the current world right now is that. And you can say anything. Like, people openly will like make $1 million and it'll turn into $100 million. Why? Because they showed off a watch and a few cars, right? Then people start talking about billionaire, etc. or whatever, right? And it's just like, what are you talking about? That style of, like, the biggest, best entrepreneurs in the world, like historically and even now, right? Like, you don't come across like that. So I think why I'm annoyed about it is because content is so watered down and not realistic whatsoever. And I say that because essentially this year I started to like coach some business owners and agency owners through our Genflow accelerator. And everybody is like, what they come to me with, I'm like, well, like, so you believed it? Basically, I'm just in shock because people actually believe the stuff they watch. So then and I'm in a one-to-one call with someone and they're telling me like, yeah, nah, bro, like, I thought, I saw this guy do this, so I thought I'm going to do it and it's going to work like this. And it's like, whoa, like, people actually believe this stuff. Like, some guy believed I can start a drop shipping store and be rich. One guy was arguing with me that, nah, bro, I watched this video and this guy, like, drop shipping is one of the best business models. And I was like, how? How is drop shipping one of the best business models? You literally are selling a product that is not yours. You have zero control over the supply chain. It's going from the factory to the customer. You most likely then produce some ads just to sell it. You're hoping it gets delivered and it makes some money. And then essentially there's a margin because there's a product cost. How is that the best business model? It's like, nah, bro, like, I've seen it. Like, people make so much money. Like, this guy was this. It's like people's whole opinions are wrapped around something they saw in some video. And it's like, no originality, no actual thinking, no just doing some simple maths to be like, is this even going to work out for me? I think the sheer like dumbness of business owners just watching stuff and like believing it and then actually acting on it, I'm just like, honestly, like just shocked with. Then, some people will join and then when I'll tell them like, you're thinking about it all wrong, and it'll be very hard for them to understand. And I think I've said this in another video too. The biggest thing I would say that's holding almost everybody back today, they've made some bullshit opinion about something because they heard someone say it in some video. And from that moment, they think that is it. That is true. And they will fight to win that opinion versus actually thinking about it and doing the work needed. I never think something can't work or doesn't work or whatever or this, because I'm like, it could, right? Or why not? But I realize that's not a normal way of thinking. I hate people that talk about 10K per month, 20K per month, 100K per month. And it's like, I hate that my best performing ad is, if you're making less than 20K per month, this is what you're doing wrong. It's like, I hate that. I hate that that's works, because what are these numbers that people is attracted to? Like, it means nothing. What does 10K a month really mean? It means you still got to pay your staff and everything else. Like, then you take some money home, then you got to pay tax. It's such a weird thing that everybody's chasing on social media. And I hate that it works. I hate that, yes, if I put money in my YouTube title, then it's going to work. It annoys me because of that. I posted a video the other day. We've finished, the 2025 with $25 million, which is absolutely insane, especially because I've never done the things which would make it easy to make money, right? I could even offer guarantees. I could, go to the other line of the moral, ethical line that I sit on, that I sell hopes and dreams to kids, do all the stuff you see online, right? But I don't want to do that. So to make $25 million like properly, it's hard. But then, the truth is, I made that video, and of course I'm going to sit there and tell you, look how amazing it is, this is what I did, and blah, 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 because that's how content is today. Everybody is always posturing. Everyone is always trying to make them look so much better than the other person, so people trust them, people want to, watch them, etc. Every title and YouTube and hook and intro has to be engineered. You can't even talk anymore, right? Because 7 of you will email you saying, Shan, your retention is terrible. I can help you, blah, blah, right? That's the whole game. You can't just have a conversation. So I'm making this video to have a conversation, to actually say what I really want to say, which is that it was the hardest year of my life. And it's probably the first time in all these years, I'm probably going to openly admit this, number of times throughout the year, I felt like basically like the quality of my ability, my quality is like deteriorating. And this is actually, that'll happen to a lot of you as well as you start having like years of doing something. Once you have some success, you obviously just think you're amazing and you think you're really good at doing stuff because you are. Like fundamentally, like categorically, right, to make a few $1 million a month, like it's so hard. My business is in like the top, businesses in the UK to make 7-figure EBITDA and, 25 million top line. It's unheard of, right? Like it is absolutely insane. But at the same time, I'm talking about myself. I find myself a few times this year, like I'm just not as good as I used to be. Because, the truth is running a business, being a CEO is actually quite boring. Contrary to what you think and how social media makes you think, and especially guys that are selling you like, their financial freedom, whatever bullshit. It makes you feel like it's this amazing ride you're on when you're like the CEO. The truth is, real CEO of like a business, which is actually like, so we are audited by PKF, one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. Going through an audit is like having the FBI investigate you. It is so stressful. And we have to do that every single year. Then you have to deal with all your staff and all their problems and everything else. Then you have to deal with all the clients and all the stuff and all of that. It's hard. And what I mean by like being a CEO is like boring because all the stuff that's your actual responsibility is boring. Or now it's reviews of everybody, all the employees. Now we got to do that. Now we got to do this. Now we got to do that. Like you fall in love with business because of the wins, right? Like I love what I do because of the wins. You build stuff, it works, it commercially works, financially works, and the feeling of being right is the best feeling in the world. But then this other baggage that you get along with it, which is like, now I have to like basically be a dad to the whole business, is so draining because you have to show up. There's a board meeting. I've got to make a whole presentation of 50 slides and then sit and present it. And all this stuff happens with scale. That's the funny thing. I sometimes think, would I take Genflow public, right? The truth is, I would hate to be a CEO of a public business. Like the things you'd have to physically do. I don't know if any of you have done this. Is really, it's something good even as a learning piece. You can listen to earning calls of massive companies, Shopify, Tesla, whatever. And the way the CEOs are telling that the update of the quarter, it's like, oh my day is so boring. So anyway, definitely having some hard times because of the fatigue of like running a big business. But going back to this point of like me deteriorating, but one thing happened this year, which really like made me feel good, which was Creator College, because we launched it and basically I executed on every single idea I had in my head with the team and with June, who's my co-founder. And it worked. Like our forecast for the year was $2 million. We're finishing on like, I think 3.6 the time I'm recording this. We probably will get close to 4. I think I need to check. But the point is that made me realize and made me like step up my game because we've done stuff which is like very new from a business model point of view and an approach and execution and the way you do stuff. And it's made me like up my skill again. And it's given me like the fire again of like, yo, like I can come up with stuff and we can make it work. Even though I come up with so many things, don't get me wrong. But like, something that made me realize that I've got to stay on the A game. And I'm saying this for anybody here watching it, right? So anyway, I feel a bit frustrated by it because look, I'm going to be honest, like I should have been posting content all these years. I didn't. I built other people's, I should have like, I think seven people I've helped go from 0 to 1 million plus on YouTube. I should have 7 gold plaques behind me. I don't have my own. And that's a massive lesson, right? So now I'm doing this. I'm filming this at, it's 10 to 1 a.m. because I know the importance of it. I know the importance of building personal brand or whatever, because ultimately it's what I do. Is I'm in the business of doing that for others. So I know it. So I have to do it. But I hate that the fact that the way the game is played. I had a podcast called Life of an Entrepreneur, which basically was more like this. I was actually saying the shit that I'm going through. But that's never going to work, right? Because you got to get guests on and you got to like make chit chat and you got to like talk about stuff that's going to be clickbait. Like, oh man, like it sucks the way you have to do shit today. But anyway, that's the game, right? Well, the other thing that's really annoying this year is I'm basically suing a lot of people because it's got to be done. Had a client essentially run away, owes us a shitload of money, pretends that she's broke, can't pay us. Literally, she's like, I'm broke. I go on Instagram. She's like in the G-Wagon, Cartier bangles, party. And I'm like, yo, get the and yeah, man, it's bad. So yeah, suing a lot of people, a lot of legal fees in bullshit like that. The other thing is like the amount of copycat stuff this year is just like been insane. Like I'm talking about like carbon copy. Credit College, about 20 copycats, like down to the word. Even like contentcollege.com, mine's creditcollege.com, like from names to their product, to their offer, to their everything. Because the truth is we've been open with it, right? Like I've made videos on it, June's made videos on it, it's public, it's all there. We started it on social media, we built in public, but the downside is, yeah, the whole world is copying. So that's tough. It's tough because when you've done something unique and then you see everybody copy it, it's going to happen, but it still hurts, right? It's going to hurt. But yeah, fundamentally, Credit College allowed me to realize, okay, this is what is good. Second thing that was amazing this year was Newtonic. Like we did a raise of 3.7 million, actually ended up being 4 because we had some latecomers after the announcement, completely ourselves. Like zero support. Me, and essentially Luke, who's the co-founder, we pretty much did like 70% of the work and my team. And I guess for anyone that's like doing a raise, what that really means is, you know, you have to prepare like a 3-year model, you have to do this and that. It was a crazy ride. We had offers from like mega businesses, almost like to acquire us, which we turned down. So, you know, Newtonic was the other amazing thing because literally from the name to the eye, every single part I've been involved in from the very beginning, from the very first day coming up with the idea and pitching it to James, and then James wanted to do it, and then it transformed, and then Chris got involved, the whole thing just grew and grew and grew. To like go and like raise money for it, and I never thought in my life I would ever be saying no to money. Like I would get on a call with like, you know, basically we had so much interest. So I would get on a call with someone. They're like, yeah, I'll do 300,000. I'm like, no, there's only space for 50,000. And they're like, what? Like I never thought I'll be saying no to money. You know how hard it was for me to raise for Genflow? Some of you may have seen I've raised $11 million. Man, I spoke to everybody. And I would have taken anyone's money at that time. But to actually now be an opportunity where people are giving you money and you say no to it because you want to preserve the equity to sell it later, like it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, that was really cool. And look, at the same time, this year I would say it's also been a bit tough because I probably spent the most time by myself. I've seen my team the least in person. I've pretty much been on this desk. It's the first time I had like more health problems. Literally, I do 7 to 9 hours on calls a day now, which is crazy. So normally I wake up around like about 9:30. I'll exercise like 10 to 11. From 11 till 7 o'clock, I'll work. So that's like 8 hours. Then from 7 till like 10, I chill with my family, kids, put them to sleep, all that good stuff. Then from 10 till about 2 to 3, I work again. So I work like 8, probably like, 10, I would say 12 to 13 hours a day. And out of that, like 7 to 9 is on calls. Honestly, for the first time ever, like my ears are hurting, knees are hurting, even though I train, I eat healthy, all that good stuff. It's been hard this year, but we are winning, you know? Then you sit back and think $25 million. Man, I remember the time, like, I vividly remember, like, in my room when I left my job, and I would be sitting and trying to build this business. I remember thinking I'll celebrate when I get to like X number, or I'll celebrate when like this and that happens. It's crazy though, like, oh, I didn't even recognize that person because how much I know now. I truly didn't know anything at that point about business, finance, the way everything works, cash flow, just everything. But to get to where I am now, like, it's insane. Like my life that I live is absolutely insane. Like from my point of view, right? Because I live in a house on the Palm in Dubai. Everything is so well made. Like this is literally my home office. Like look how amazing it looks. The whole room is like insane. If I look at the window, that's the sea and the beach right there. Like I live on the sea and the beach. You know, the first time I saw like beach or thinking when I first made some money, I went on a trip, I think to Turkey with my friends, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, like this is what sand is. Now I get to live there every single day. And I have a chef. Every type of food that I want is made, to be honest, like put together for me. It's fucking sick. You know, I bought a Lamborghini Urus, Performante. Insane. The point is, I've engineered my life to this point that it's hard, but I've got to make it work. Like I've got to keep going. And the truth is why, right? Like I want to sell this business. I want to net, 50 million plus or whatever easily in my pocket, like net after everything. So it gives me the ability to keep going. Next I would love to set up my own family office, like continue to invest, basically become my own VC. So it's not too long away. I feel like we're entering the last chapter. And for that, actually, one of the cool things this year is that we're going to work on another raise. I want to raise again to go bigger. One thing, I guess the truth is, like, for the first time in a long time, I'm ready to really grow again. Because I know that the commercial smartness me and the team have is very unique. We've proven that this year by doing new shit and it's working. By investing in businesses, and our returns on the investments have been massive. So I think this is the time. I feel like it's time to go big. So we're going to raise some money. We're going to go big, and I'm going to go sell this. That's the plan. Yeah, that's the real plan. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about most of the time that I spend on this desk, either thinking, on phone calls, doing some work, filming some content. Most of it happens right here. But yeah, that is the plan. Next year, raise some money, go big, push hard, keep making content. And just keep doing all the good shit that we're doing. Don't lose any clients. And keep doing shit that makes me feel like I'm improving. That's the key. But anyway, all I would say, 2026, make sure you continue to improve. Stop thinking, oh no, personal brand is not for me. Oh, I don't want to do this. Like whatever bullshit thing go in your head, forget about it. Do it. Do the thing that you know you need to do, but you keep saying, no, I don't want to do that. That's the exact thing that you should be doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.